Hello and welcome to this hyper-positive Warno game on Cliff Duel between BasicMicrowaving playing as 6th West German. He's going up against Pixel playing as 4th East German. Both of these guys are in the top 50. BasicMicrowaving, I played against him yesterday and I lost, but it wasn't my fault. Pixel was a bit longer ago, so I don't know where his rank is now, but he was like rank 25 when I played against him. Pixel was like rank 50 or something. So we'll go through the deck reviews. Right, so this is the deck review for Pixel. He's playing 4th East German. So if you want to run down on 4th East German, I'd check this one. Basically, there's a lot of things he hasn't changed, so I don't see the point in repeating myself too much, right? This goes on for like 10 minutes, so you can see why things like the PT-76 shouldn't be in, why you don't need 3 cards of supply, why the Gov sucks, why the Shilka should be upvetted. But, you know, there's no point, and Napalm playing, there's no point repeating myself. And like, why is the Pioneer Flamin in MTLB? Yeah, the only thing to add to this, what's the point? He's not going to listen anyway, is that this is the old meta with the Acacias. You don't want those. You want these 130mm because it's got a mega range and you get 3 in a card. So you want these if possible. If you don't get those, you'd get the 130s. Sorry, the 30s, not the 130s or whatever. So you want this instead. But yeah, you don't need 3 cards of supply on this div. This should be a max vet if you're going to bring it. Why do you want 6 PKM teams instead of 6 grenade launcher teams? Why is this in an MTLB? You want an SPW70, at least one of them. There's some other questionable choices. This thing sucks. Like, you want it to kill infantry, well, here's 2 that, you know, faster. Like the Gov, if you're in Gov range, the enemy can shoot you with an autocannon. This thing is not as good as this, and so on, and so on. And, like, no recon helo, snipers instead of recon helo. You've got the law one instead of the satchel smoke one, when you already have plenty of fighting infantry, you know, with no satchels. So you obviously want the satchel one. Right, but why repeat myself, right? And this is just shit. I don't understand why he brings that. Oh man, you'd be much better off bringing this. The whole point is that, you know, like, instead of this, you would also probably bring the Kokon one, because the whole point is you struggle against tanks, right? So you want to play to your strengths. You don't want to upvet this. You want 40, 55s in the early game, and so on, and so on, and so on. So his opponent, BasicMicrowaving's playing 6th West Germany. I have a guide on 6th West Germany on the channel as well. That'll be linked. So once again, I don't want to spend too much time repeating myself, but basically the way this div's played is you want a bunch of 2-vet Leopard 1s for early game aggression into the air spam with the cluster and the HE backed up by the seed. It's all good on the fighters. You don't need 8 Gepards. Apart from that, it looks pretty similar to mine. The main issue is the arty tab. So this is the old meta. This is the old meta, right? So you just get rid of these, and you get this. And there's no point bringing a self-propelled mortar. It's just going to die. Same as the Toad one, so you might as well get the cheaper, more available Toad one. And then you've saved 2 AP. These should all be at 2 vet, because if it goes late, you're going to lose anyway. So what's the point in having so many of them? It's not a late game div, that's not what it's for. Why haven't you brought the Vernichtungsgruppe? Why do you really want your best AT to be a Carl Gustav? And it's just this, but cheaper, so... Right. Marine Zickerungs, I don't bring them, I think they're crap. This should be in the 25-point Milan carrier. Strandmeister should be at 2 vet, you don't need that many. And yeah, instead of Marine Zickerungs, I'd get the MG team, or like 2 cards of like Pioneer Flam sucks balls, so don't really see why he's bringing that. So I bring 2 cards of the CV. You can have it in whatever transport you want, because this is your opener one. 3 cards of supply can make more sense on this division because of how many tanks you have and so on, although you don't really want a late game. So that's worth thinking about. Yeah, so, you know, 2, 5, and then you get rid of the this thing, word I can't say. And there you go. Now you got 8 CVs. I mean, yeah, you can bring this if you want, right? But Yeah, you can get a third card of supply on this div, because it tends to go late with this div. But what you really need is the extra card of tanks, right, to replace the one that I just took from you. Then you got 1 AP left. You don't need the Gepard. You don't need the Gepard. I actually upvet this. 8 Gepards for. Now you got 2 AP again. Right, why do you want 8 of the expensive one? Do you see what I mean? Like this, the whole point of this is that, well, not only can you 2-vet it and then it's got, it's still less accuracy, but the point is that sometimes you'll need this, sometimes you can just send this one around the side. You don't care about it as much, and they don't know which one it's going to be because they look the same and nobody can tell the difference, and the missiles, they do different damage, but they have the same profiles, so I think that's better, frankly. Air tab's great. If I played against him on this div, 2 AP, eh? 2 AP. So yeah, you can get that third card of supply if you want, or you can get even more helos, but I don't really think you need those. Yeah, that's how well, you want this in the Fox. It's like, oh, I need to sell this. Why? Wouldn't you rather have this? Look how fast it goes. It's got smoke, road speed 100, right? I mean, I appreciate this is fast as well, but this keeps your guys alive. You keep it with him, you can move him around. He's a good player. I know he's got the micro for it. So, yeah, I mean, the alternative, I guess, is like you get rid of this, and then you can bring 2 CV tanks, and then you're full up on AP then, right? And you've still got 7 CVs or what have you, but then you've got 1 AP spare, and you can, why my Gepards, right? So yeah, you could do that if you want, or you could bring some max vet Fliegers, whatever you want, right? So let's cast the game. Right, so with that out of the way, as you can see, all my negativity was in my beard and mustache, and now that they've been shortened a bit, I'm just such a more positive person. So I have a guide on 6th West German. You should watch it. 4th East German, the way he builds it's really weird. Like PT-76 Rush. That's very funny. Anyway, you'd expect 4th to win because its infantry is better in the towns, and it gets cubs so it can kill the air spam. It really does depend on that air spam, though. The 6th West German, if your Eyehawks just miss those bombers a couple times and they kill your Eyehawks, that's it, you've lost. Or cubs in this case. So it's 6th West German is actually, I actually really enjoy the div, because I can't play 2nd Panzer or 5th Panzer without feeling like a disgusting individual for spamming out an OP div, which you should feel bad, by the way. But yeah, anyway, so deployments. KS Iltis goes at 130, so I don't know, there makes sense, okay, but wouldn't it be cool to put one here? Because they all have to come in here, and so if you put it there, won't it intercept them all? I suppose it won't, because they're actually going behind, but where is he going? There, and then he... Oh, well, no, that's a good spot, actually. It depends on if it can still shoot when they're in here, or if it'll lose the LOS. Yeah, no, that's a good spot. Keep that one in mind, because, yeah, if they're coming behind. Interesting. And then some Aufklärers in the wrong transport. So, one's going here, one's going here. The camp streamers are in the Sea King. I'll admit, his deck's relatively similar to mine. Who knows if he watched the guide or not. I don't know if he's a generous channel joiner, generously joiner in the channel. There is another game of basic microwaving on the channel, and there's a comment under it which said, I bought a channel membership to watch my friend get destroyed. Which is pretty funny. So, Marder 1A2s. He doesn't bring the anti-tank guys, which is a mistake, really. He's got the micro for it, so he should be bringing those. Self-propelled mortar. This is on the current patch, so I don't know why he's bringing a self-propelled mortar. They're useless now. It's easily counter-batteried. Supply, Zvillinger, Milan 2, and the transport's going back here to the... presumably to the cover. Might be... It's on auto cover, so it will automatically do it. Self-propelled mortar for getting counter-batteried. Another Marder, couple Leopards, and a Gepard. And then we got some Pioneers, Pioneer Flam, just sort of holding here. And yeah, 2 cheapo CVs. Is it faster to go that way, or is it faster to go this way and then back? Who knows? I guess it probably doesn't matter much. Chaos Iltis, Lux, Iltis, no AA here. You always put AA here, man. You've got the Zvillingers. Just one Zvillinger in the bush, right? Yeah. Switching to his opponent, we got the PT-76 Rush. So which one is that? So that's the Recon. And oh, it's all three of them. Typically, you'd do something like this later on into the game, because the point is that's costing you 120 points out of your opener. So 1/10 of your opener is on something that's not going to kick in for like 5 minutes. So, like, you doing this is fine, but I would wait and send an AA piece with it. We've been over the whole thing about SPW AA instead of Shilker, because I've covered this deck before and he didn't change anything. He's still bringing the flamethrowers in MTLBs, so I don't know what to say. Two cheapo CVs, yeah, Chariton, Ivan Fedor, and Gregory Boris, making sure you don't come down this road, very intelligent. So this guy's going to be here. A few more dudes. A few more dudes. Lots of SPG9s. They should be at max vet, really. You don't need 7 of them. They're only really useful at the start. And then, yeah, you bring six Falchion PKMs instead of 6 grenade launchers. Grenade launchers, of course, would put him way, way ahead on this map because they deal a lot more damage to infantry and buildings, right? But it is what it is. Let's cast the game before I have an aneurysm. Right, so they're off, and it's time to thank the generous channel joiners. Generously joining the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest levels with 2,000 views, so if you're feeling bad about your ad block, it's a great way to support the channel. Otherwise, please just like the video, it's free. And yeah, you can check out my game on Steam. Admittedly, I haven't made too much progress on that recently, because things just keep happening. So by the time this video comes out, Ruse will have just come out. They're re-releasing Ruse, so that's interesting. So yeah, hopefully he notices in time. He's not noticed. It missed. The joys of Warno. Now it's gonna get shot. Oh dear. And this one got a kill. You don't want to put 3 guys in one building for very obvious reasons, especially against 6th West German. I'm just going to get you with that, guess he doesn't see it, but this can't shoot when it's in the same building. So he's running away so it can shoot him. The fuck is he doing? Guess this would shoot him, but... yeah, I guess this would eventually kill him. But, like, yeah... I don't know. You really don't want to be doing this. This is so dumb. I can't get over how bad that is against... Because 6th West German gets these 135-point bombers that reload in 60 seconds. You don't want to put 3 units in one building. You want 1 unit in one building. You've got to choose. You've got to choose, right? So the PKM you'd send forwards. Maybe leave the unspeakable one here and put the SPG9. Send it forwards, right? Obviously, if you meet the guy, you can come back and stuff, so... Mortars for HE actually do summit now. As you can see, these little teams that he's put 2 in one building are both taking damage, so... The mortar will hurt him. And, sort of same story here, right? The damage is, like, distributed a little bit, but... so it's not, like, 200% damage, but it's definitely more than 100% damage. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, mortars for HE are good. You should use them, but I don't understand why he brings the self-propelled one. This isn't an old game. This is on the current setup. The Lux should see this when it gets to there. The question is, will he react? Because they won't be shooting each other. It'll just be enemy spotted, doom sound, and sometimes that doesn't even bop. Sea King got wiped by the Shilker, and yeah, does he have his smoke? Oh, it's in a tall building, right? Yeah, the KS Iltis is taking names, but because it shot the Strela, the CV is going to get in. And, yeah, blue... If you're on this side as blue, you should take this. Because if you're on the red side as blue and you lose this, it's sorry, if you're on the red side as red and you lose this middle part, it's always so annoying because if you send units here, they auto path across this bridge, and the guys here can obviously see them and shoot them, right? And then once you've taken this as blue, you know, you sweep to your right, my left, and take out this building, and you can come this way, or you can come this way. The issue, of course, is taking this is difficult because you're getting shot from two sides. What he should be doing is buying those... there it is. Will he buy the seed? Because obviously the Cubs can one-shot these, so it all comes down to that, basically. Because, yeah, I was playing against 6th West German recently. That game will be on the channel. And it didn't go so well for me, because I had 2 up-vetted Eyehawks, Marine Eyehawks, and they both missed the F-104s. And then I fired 8 Tomcat missiles at them, and they all missed as well. And they died one hit to either of those items, and then I just kept getting further and further behind. But thing to do in Warno, right, is... So he's getting out of there in time, that's good. I'd be hiding this, really. The thing to do in Warno is, like, there are things you can't control, but there are things you can control. Like, I still could have won that game if I'd played better. It's like, I could have won from the RNG if I'd played the same. Maybe, right? But I also could have just won with the bad RNG if I had played better, and that's what you've got to focus on. It's like anything in life, actually. You know, you weren't born a billionaire, or maybe you were, I don't know. But maybe you could become a channel joiner, right? But you just got to focus on what you can change. So here it comes. You can shift Q the... Oh, it's happening. It's happening. And there you go, the Cub gets the first shot. And then the seed alignment impossible for some reason. Also... That's so lucky, like, what the fuck? Did you just hit every shot there? You missed 1 out of... What? Oh, because it's reloading. I was going to say, I could have sworn that fired 3 times. What? It's because it's reloading. Right, the sun is shining on me. I don't know if that's affecting the... Yes, anyway, so yeah, it comes down to that Cub, right? He could boost his chances by putting this next to it. And you see it's got a rank of vet now from the kills. At least the seed didn't die. But yeah, the idea, like, don't clump your guys. That's not complicated. But the other thing is he should have sent the seed first, the first time. Like, the micro wasn't great. This has kicked in, by the way. So yeah, as red, you don't actually need this forest because you can see the edge of it from this building, I think. There's like a little bit here where they can hide. It's obviously nice to have the forest because then you get to here and blue can't push back in. And he should also, you know, like, does he know this is here? Not sure what the plan here is, right? So he's on a +1, but he's just walking in forwards and dying. But... he's not got any cover for these, like there's no tanks behind him, he's just walking forwards. I'm surprised there's no... I was going to say, yeah, he could send this one over. Because he could at the very least like hide it there, or, well... Like, yeah, here's the obvious plays, but actually they can see very far into there. And if you've taken this, then you tend to hide... You can hide behind this individual house, right? But yeah, you got to ask yourself, whenever you do something, it's nice to get into the habit of this. Why am I doing this? Just like a quick sanity check. Why am I doing this? The enemy blob is in front of me. I'm walking towards him with 3 more shots. Why am I doing this? And that will save you from a lot of problems. Just say it out loud. I mean, there's all these psychology things, like, so on trains in Japan, see the power of these Villingers and blobbing the units, right? Could probably have left the SPG in there and just moved the PKM team. The Groms don't do much damage. There's the counter battery. And then this is the counter battery, so that must be why he brings that. For the counter battery. Point is, you lose a lot of momentum as 6th West German if you're buying 230-point artillery pieces. The whole point is to run at people with Leopard 1s. Those PT-76s, have they fired yet? They have not. Nothing has been purchased there, so there you go. It's kicked in 9 minutes in. Right, do you see that didn't drop? That's a big problem with this plane. If you give it any course correction, it just does not like that at all. So the Cub, you'd expect a hit on that with 2 Cub shots, and the Shilka got the final damage. So it is a potent combo. But the point is, he knew the Cub was there from before. He should be bombing this, because that's not where the Cub is, if that makes sense. PT-76s are kicked in now, right? You got a kill there, so this has already paid for itself. This will now pay for itself. Thing is, right, they're terrible against helicopters because they don't have a HMG. That's why the BRDM2 is better. Because it can still snipe units from side shots. It wouldn't have killed that Marder, but that Aufklärer still would have died. They're cheaper, they're faster, and when they send their helicopter to go check it out, although it doesn't seem to be noticing, wish he played like this against me, then the HMG, if you reverse it into a forest and something like this flies over it, kills it with the KPV-2. BT-76 doesn't do that. You can see it's running out of fuel and all this. And yeah, 10 pen. Like, the fact that it killed that that Marder's actually really lucky. Because that wouldn't one-shot that, I think. I don't know what the side armor is of it. It's 2. Yeah, it wouldn't one-shot that. So you'd have to hit it twice with a 45% accuracy, so that's, you know, it's very fortunate. But yeah, I played 6 West Germany on this map, and I kind of had a similar problem, where I just couldn't clear out the high-rises. Like, you've got all these Leopard 1s, but you can't really see anything. Like, it's kind of hard to sort this out. But, you know, if these were engaged, right, like, because he can clearly see stuff, because his opponent keeps walking forwards into him and dying, so, clearly see stuff. We got the napalm out there to take out nothing, because there's nothing there. Maybe buy another CV at this point, yeah, I mean, so, because, you know, you need something in both of these zones, clearly. He's still on a +1, it's just he'd be on a +3 if he'd sorted this. But yeah, if you're blue and you take this at the start, red is in such a pickle. It's still winnable from red. Like, I do think this is the better side overall, because you kind of have the town, whereas the enemy... Especially, like, because if red gets to here and to here, then blue's basically cut off from this whole part of the map. And if red's in, you know, here... Yeah, I do prefer the... I mean, I've lost on both sides, like, so it's... So here comes the smoke. Cornucope. Very easy to counter this these days. You just counter battery it. Like, it's a lot worse than it used to be. The smoke does land faster though, so that's worth thinking about. But he's got this problem that if he counter batteries, then he gets hit. But I don't know what's going on here, right? Like, how many things has he killed now? Well, just 2, but he killed the Aufklärer here as well. Like, you know, it comes up here and it goes wah when stuff dies, or give me more fuel, right? So he should, I don't know, is he playing without his sound on? Or... Depends, right? Sometimes you get people on a bad day, maybe. I feel like people always mega try hard when they see me, so that they can ping me in the Discord after and be like, are you casting that game? Is that game going to be on YouTube? That's why I changed my name so much. Yeah, that's a good volley, right? You know where it is, right? Pretty sure you can actually see it, but even if you can't, you know where it's gonna be. where else is it gonna be? Oh, it didn't kill it. Interesting. So is this on counter battery? No, he's just going for the RT himself. It's interesting that I didn't kill that. I mean, it's armoured and everything. It just depends where the shots land. So, yeah, napalm plane. I mean, it's shit. I don't know why he brings that. It really is terrible. What was accomplished there? And yeah, he's just constantly moving this one CV between the... There we go, he's finally bought another one. He's figured it out. And blue really needs one of those rolling threes up here. This isn't actually in a building, by the way. And this is actually in the smoke. So will this get here before it runs out of fuel? It's a big kill. I don't understand why he's not reacting to this. The Bopars aren't doing anything. They would kill these easily. The MMG doesn't really do anything to them unless you sort of just stand there and get shot constantly. You know, if you really try hard, you can die to that. You try your absolute best. So yeah, this one-shot's Marder 2s, Marder 1A2s. It does one-shots 4 armor, so it's a nice tank against that. In general, I think 4th is a better div here. But the Conkers don't one-shot the Leopard 1s, which is a big problem, whereas a Milan 2 would, so yeah, you see the smoke as... No, he's going for that munitions thing. So yeah, hand flam Patron. Wowee. Right, you need to move these after they shoot, because you really should just be eyeing that now. So you're going to react to this at all? Like, they're just going all the way past him. Like, that missed. And he's just going to... But yeah, I'd love to see red by a couple mortars. There you go, he finally got that. The smoke, he ran out of ammo. This is going to get some juicy kills here. Just like huge amounts of points being lost to nothing. This is a very, very solvable problem. He killed the arty piece as well. Like, this is not befitting of his rank. It's not befitting of his rank. Rank 25 shouldn't be dying to this for like 5 minutes straight, not do anything about it. But he did beat me recently, so... Alright, I mean, he's still going to kill it because there's no AT there. He brought 2 non-AT units. Oh, my Amazon parcel's here. Right, so... Sorry about that. So Pixel's still on the +1. Could be on more if he needs to get a CV over here now, basically. Oh, there's one. The only reason these are doing so well is because his opponent has just refused to buy those Rolands. He's still not bought any. Because they would be able... Because the Gepards are only... You know, they're too far away and so on. So he needs those Roland 3s. 2 of those. These would be dying. Obviously, the Seed would, you know... There is a counter to it, right? You just got one there, I think. But yeah, it's a tough situation to be in. I mean, there's just 10 Gorillion ATGMs up here. That missed twice. Oh, no, it didn't. It actually... There was 2 next to each other, right? Because look, this one died, so I don't see what else would have killed that, really. So... Yeah, oh, he's finally... I mean, this took him about 10 minutes, I think. 31 minutes was when the first unit got killed, and now it's 23 minutes. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. He's flying over all the Gepards. Yeah. Bye. So yes, you gotta right-click it. You don't just attack move the... What the fuck is he doing? So that's a very interesting strategy. It doesn't work, but the idea was he had it attack moved on the Bopar, the recon one, and then it would attack move follow this around. Well, as I've never seen that before, but there you go. Thanks for testing that. Doesn't work. It was a nice idea. He's really made a pig's ear of this. I just don't understand how this has turned into such a palaver. The amount of units he's lost to these PT-76s. And then, of course, Pixel's going to be like, whoa, this must mean PT-76s are a really good idea. So, he's actually... Microwaving is winning the long game. Because he's teaching his opponent to play like a special. Because he's rewarding the action, right? So, he's clearly going to get him there. Long term, he's going to get him. Must have been the Conkers that hit that, not the other ones. These are amphibious, so you got to watch out with these attack move orders because they start monging out, as you can see. As he started switching these off now. Right. And yeah, I'd be buying a couple, like, as you can see, the T-55s are doing a lot here. He doesn't have the T-55As, which would have been useful for the early game. There you go, that one finally dies. But yeah, you got so much value out of that, it's insane. It's a big part of the game, dealing with raids cost efficiently, not just dealing with them cost efficiently. I wouldn't say I'm very good at it, but it is something you need to consider. Gepard, it's hiding behind the building, so it can't shoot this. I mean, it would kill it, but he's just in the wrong place. He's having trouble microing these units, you can tell, right? Because most of them are just not doing anything. Although the opponent's walking into him again, so... yeah, you gotta put 2 of these on these now. You can't expect, because, like, look, it didn't kill him. Because helicopter, anti-helo guns, plane guns are worse against helicopters now. As you can see. So there you go, these finally... It was actually this one. I guess he's... At this point, if he drives out here, this is going to twat him. So I guess he can't do anything. He can smoke and go backwards, I suppose. But yeah, we got some more guys over here. This is still there. And Red looking pretty comfortable on the +3. Now he's going for the far left zone. Makes sense, really. Really needs to sort this out, though. Come take this and put one of these there, basically, something cheap, or even just move up the conkers, and then they just basically just can't get back in here. Obviously, that's it's difficult for them to anyway. But yeah, the other thing is, of course, if you've got this, you can take this, and if you're here, then obviously they can't get in, right? It's not too far away, right? Just a couple buildings away from the edge of the zone. So these napalm planes, like, they're really not good. I don't recommend these at all. It's just his opponent is like, I've got this long-range AA and I just refuse to buy it, so... I wonder what's going to happen. As you can see, they didn't do anything. They literally didn't do anything. Yeah, just needs a couple of those rolling 3s, but instead it's the 8 Gepard strat or something. There you go, first Roland out. 22 minutes into the game. I assume this is one of his first games as this division. We know Pixel's played 4th before because I was griping in the deck review about how he's still bringing a bunch of weird stuff. So RT's... I wonder if he's paying attention to that, because if he is, this PT-76 could come out here and kill that, and this costs 230 points. He's not paying attention to this, though, so he's probably going to lose his CV there. Yeah, I mean, I understand the idea of, 2 of these with a CV, but that's honestly, it's just the old way of thinking. You lose too much momentum, and it's just not... it's easy to counter battery now. But yeah, Pixel's just bringing 2 Akatsias, which is the old way of thinking. He needs those D130mm with the 35k range, because they're actually better than these now, and it's 3 in a card. So, it's a lot more useful, and, this would be able to counter battery it, because the 35k range is like, it goes outside the map, right? There should be a circle around this to show you the range, but it doesn't render because the range is so big. Yeah, it's the whole map, basically. So you'd still be able to shoot you, but you'd be able to shoot him back from your spawn with 130mm shells, and you should win that, because there's 3 of yours and 2 of his, and they're super cheap. So, yeah, the Cub, it's got the CV next to it. That killed the Shilka. That's a bit unlucky. Although, is it? I mean, they fired their full volleys at him. It's like 4 missiles. Huh. Yeah, you just can't fly these too close. They just don't shoot the second thing. It's a problem Eugene doesn't seem to think is important enough to solve. So yeah, he's going to sit in the corner and smoke it. That's where something like a mortar would come in. I suppose if you've got these, you can use them, but... It's like it just died anyway. But yeah, I mean, it made sense to do that. So... Oh, this is actually out of fuel, as in 0 fuel. So it can't move forwards a little bit. It would need to kill this. That's very funny. So yeah, this is how he plays. It's actually pretty similar to me, so I guess I can't complain too much. So he loses, and then he just sits there smoking for the next 20 minutes. And then he might win. Because you just fuck up trying to push out the guy in the smoke. I mean, that's how I play the game, so I can't really judge others for doing that. I can understand why people find it so annoying, though. Just keep sniping the CVs, keep sniping the CVs, keep sniping the CVs. And, you know, a little bit of luck, you can win some pretty unwinnable games. So this is, you know, massive waste of time, doesn't really accomplish anything. You'd be much better off buying stuff for your front line, which is currently collapsing. Is he buying... He's got a CV coming. But yeah, a couple of mortars on this map, super useful, and then just leave the Akatsius on counter battery, because something like this, yeah, you would just mortar it. And then if he's in this corner, you would just mortar that. You would eventually it would kill him. Or you'd have to retreat it. You'd probably retreat it before he died. But something like this, you know, you wonder what the point is. What's the point of that? It goes back to what we were saying before. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? You just got to keep doing that. But yeah, the point I was going to make is on Japanese trains, the conductors, to sign off on like the train so it's ready to go, the training is that you point at the thing, you point at the light and say, you know, the light is green. And it sounds really dumb. It's like, what are you, like 5? But it forces you to think about it. There you go, so he pushed that one out. And now he needs another CV again. So here it comes. But I don't want to act like I'm above it, right? I lose games because I make stupid mistakes. I do things that, you know, in hindsight don't make sense. And so, you know, there's always room for improvement. And that's a good way to stop yourself from doing that. Get into the habit of asking that question. Why am I sending this unit? Like, explain it to myself. Why am I doing that? Right? At the start of the game, ask yourself, what's my plan? Say it out loud. What's my plan for this game? And you'll find that you make fewer mistakes. You'll still make them because, you know, in the moment, it's kind of hard to, you know... Look how many units you have to control, right? So many units here. And this guy's been attriting like mad, and he's still got like 50 or so units, so... There you go, he's switching them off now. So yeah, you see he's just going for the CVs over and over again. He'll eventually run out, actually. He's got 6. He had 6. He's lost at least 3 here. And the other one... Yeah, this is like his 5th or his 6th CV. Like, he might have one more after this, or this might just be the last one. That's how I lost to him as well. I completely fucked him up, and then he just kept sniping my CVs. It's very sad. If only I'd asked myself, why am I doing this? Could have come to the conclusion, well, I wanted one last Warno game before I did something important. And then I lost, so I wanted one last Warno game before I did... And then I got nothing done that day. Wow, so smart. So, as you can see, the napalm dropped directly on this and didn't do anything. This will probably die, but a regular bomber would have killed that, and a regular bomber would have killed this as well, so... These are his last CVs, so Red can still lose this if he just keeps sniping. I mean, he's got the arty, which just is so depressing. Look how close that is. If that was a BRDM2, it would still have the fuel and it would kill that. So something to keep in mind. Is he going to smoke? Whoa, that's close. So yeah, baiting your enemy into overextending is a very powerful technique. I usually fall for it, as in I am baited into overextending. Could you imagine if that massive schwack of units he just threw down here to die came over here? It would have immediately taken the zone. And that's where the recon helo comes in. It's left. Does he know it's left? Guess not. They would have taken that. He should have had an AA piece in with them as well, though, because the point is, you know, it's not Broken Arrow, right? Although in Broken Arrow, the helos show up. Yeah. So, you know, Blue, I guess, could technically still win. He would need, because Red's got 2 of the middle zones, right? So Blue would need a guy in here. Holding on to this is not sufficient. But I guess his plan is to just keep sniping the CVs and hope his enemy runs out and push in at the end. And I have first-hand experience that that works, so... Not that I'm salty about it or anything. I mean, I barely brought it up at all. I barely mentioned it. So this is probably going to get hit by that artillery now. There it is. You gotta be very careful. And one wonders how many CVs... now you gotta move that AA as well. Yeah, and this will come round for the bomber... for the CV. The bomber will come round for the CV. Did he just re-aim those? Oh no, they're on return fire, I see. So there you go, you got the CV, and this is the last CV. So 10 minutes left, and this is the last CV. He's still trying to nape, but there was nothing there, I don't know. It wasn't being kept, so I'm surprised he did that. And yeah, he's just waiting for him to send in the next one so he can kill that as well. At this point, you need to, like, start smoking your own CV. Oh, that was a bit dumb of him. I guess he... Like, what? So this building has been destroyed. Did it used to be there? It did. But when it got destroyed, the model is still there, but you could see right through it. So I assume that's why you put it there. I probably would have made that mistake as well. You can obviously just check with the LOS tool, but if it was working before, then you get into the habit, right? And yeah, look at that. He's just put them on return fire, waiting there for the CV to come in. I'm surprised he's not sent this one in, though. He's running out of places to hide them, frankly. Yeah, he would have to smoke. It's got ammo. It's got 1 round left. Going on the mortars. It makes sense. You gotta do that. It stops him from smoking the corner, right? The seed gameplay's been good, frankly. Just wish it was, you know, supported by something that isn't dog shit. Maybe, you know, maybe, yeah. Crying shame about this, though. I mean, look how close it is. If it was just a little bit further forwards, these would both be dead. Yeah, cheeky 2 minutes income dead there. And the thing is that they keep sniping his CVs, right? So yeah, he's going to come in here, and then these will re-aim onto that, presumably. I think he's lost both his cluster bombers now. That's the Zvillinger, right? Yeah, because the Gepard would have killed that by now. Need to sell that. It's difficult to concentrate late game, or at least I find it difficult to concentrate late game. And that's sort of what your opponent's counting on, right? However, at this point, it's almost mathematically impossible for him to win. There you go, going on the CV. Snipe all the CVs. This is dead. That's really bad news for Red. It's going to rout, and then he can't... Well, smoking it's not going to make a difference, but... yeah, typically, if you're bringing this, obviously you shouldn't bring it, but you do you. The play should be to bring it first, before the other ones. He surrendered. He still had a CV left. He didn't know. He didn't know. If he had known, he could have won that, actually. He had 7 minutes left. And he had a CV and his opponent didn't have a CV. I guess he just assumed, you know. Maybe he lost... I don't know if he had any mortars left for the smoke to get in the corner zone again. He would have needed the other zones, though. It wouldn't have been... It would have been an uphill struggle. It would have been hard, but it was winnable. So there you go, yeah, rank 99 versus rank 24. Interesting. So yeah, don't bring this napalm play. I don't know. I mean, I said it last time. He still brought it, so I'm telling you, not him. Don't bring the napalm play. But look at this. If you come up against this guy, you know what he's gonna do now, because he always does it. He'll lose the early game, and then he'll just sit there sniping your CVs. Learn from my mistakes. He almost had him. He got all the CVs. Anyway, I'll see you around.